Welcome to my studio and welcome to Quilting on a Thread. Today I'm going to show you a trick that I picked up a long time ago about how to use a ruler and to get sharp points in the, like you have a triangle or you have a corner or you're doing a star, but how to get those sharp points to where they actually look very, very sharp and clean. It's a trick I use all the time. I don't know that it's the only way to do it. I just know that it works well for me. So I wanted to share that with you. So let me give you a moment. I'm going to put you down here to where you're watching what I'm sewing on. And let's give it a go. Okay, so we're back. And you're looking, of course, at the ruler foot of my machine. And my needle is down because I like to begin with my needle down. There are many who don't begin quilting with their needle down. I just like that because I know where my needle position is at. So the ruler I'm using is the Baby Lock triangular chain ruler, and that has 4 different variegated sizes of triangular points that you can make all kinds of border and interesting design elements with. And so what I've been doing is making this little picket fence over here, and I go 4 on one, 3 on the next, 4 on one. So I will start with my needle down, and I will hold my ruler in place, and then I'll start my sewing using the button on the handle of my Cutie. And I'll go ahead and sew up here to the point, then I will stop, and that will kind of let me set that stitch, and then I'll start over again. Now once I get to this corner, I'm ready to change needles. I'm ready to change, that was not what I wanted to do. I'm ready to change my triangular shape. So I put that in, I line up the edges, and I will come sewing up in this direction to the point. I will stop, and then I will start back up and sew down to that point. And then I will stop. I will go ahead and drop my needle. That holds my machine in place so I don't get the little jag that I did over here, but that jag's not going to matter because I'm going to cover it up. I'm going to be doing a little floral pattern in a moment. So we've got the next shape, which actually is the triangle between these two because it's just the way the ruler is made. So here we go, up to the corner, stop, and then continue. Drop my needle. And if you look very closely, I'm going to move the ruler out of the way, you can see how sharp that point is. I just really like the way that looks. Now I'm going to go ahead and move my final picket, if you will, in place, the final triangle. I'm going to go ahead and my ruler down. Now I'm not like pressing down on my ruler. I'm holding my ruler steadily in place. And I am back. And needle down. Now I'm going to move my ruler out of the way. And remember when I referred to the mistake that I made over here where I let my machine move and it jogged my needle a little bit? This is why that jog doesn't matter, because here I have this voided space, and so over here you see that I did some grassy stuff. I'm going to do some freehand floral, like a garden, and that's what I've been doing on all of these little pickets. I've been putting a garden in the middle. So I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to start with that garden. Now I get here to the top and I just want to do like a little rosette. And each one of my flowers for this, they're all different. I don't try to make them the same. I want them to be individual pieces. And this is going to be something like an anemone. so that it really does look like a garden. It's just a wildflower garden, just having its time. And this one will make some loops. And then when I get down here to the line, I want to go ahead and bring myself over to this point for the next start. So I just take the straight edge of this ruler that I've been using, get any of my threads out of the way, and just follow along to my point, drop my needle. Now I'm going to go ahead and do my pickets, and in this instance my pickets are going to be the 3 larger triangles. So I'm just going to put that first triangle in place, get to my corner and stop, start back up, stop, drop my needle, stop. Now since I'm here, I'm going to go ahead and do my little florals for this area, just so I don't have to backtrack and come to it. You know, in a moment. So I will do it right now. So here we go. And in this instance, I'm going to do some loopies, because every one of my little flowers is a little bit different. I want my garden to be filled with lots of fun florals and fun little every one of my flowers is just a little bit different. And this one, we'll just have it be as it is. So that's actually what I'm doing on the border of this particular quilt. Now this quilt was the mystery quilt that was designed by one of my Cutie Quilters admins, Katie Bach. She designed this for the Cutie Quilters to use as a, as a learning tool. And so within the quilt itself, I had a lot of very traditional type things. And so I wanted to do something non-traditional for the border, just to give it a pop of interest in my eye. So I hope, seeing how I do my angles and add these little flowers in, I hope that's something that will resonate in your quilting journey. Thank you for joining me here on Quilting on a Thread, and I hope to see you again here soon. Bye-bye.